educational and learning programs for the tribals. We hope to carry it to the other areas, especially the hinterlands, so that people know the value of the wealth which they are having, so that anyone visiting their place is encouraged. The biggest drawback is the connectivity part. The availability of all weather roads is there in Himachal Pradesh, but the distances are too large, and people are not actively encouraged to travel in hill tracks. That is the other biggest disadvantage. We are trying to develop small helipads, and the number is quite substantial, around 100, scattered throughout the state. We hope to take people to those areas which are up till now remained totally unexplored. For example, there are beautiful valleys in Sirmaur district and in Chamba district. Chamba district, Chura Valley, and the Sangla Valley in Sirmaur district. Probably these are two of the most beautiful valleys which one can come across anywhere in the world. But because of the distance part, because of the lack of connectivity, or probably the quantum of time taken to reach those places. So we want to reduce them. From the nearest helipad, we would be interested in taking the visitors to those hinterland areas where probably the nature at its best. And the biggest advantage, even by Himachali comparison, is that those are totally unexplored, unexploited areas where the virginity is at its best.
Are you all inviting new five-star hotels or chains into the hotel, into Himachal? I have noticed there is no Hilton chain in Himachal. Is that something you are looking down, or do you have a different model in mind as far as tourism, the future of tourism?
No, we are receptive to any model. We are receptive to any model, and I am reminded of Hilton's famous statement: for any hotel to come up, the only thing he would look for is the location and the location. So by those standards,
I brought this exact subject.
I know Hilton also. I know Hilton philosophy also. So by even those standards also, we are. It may be slightly premature for me, or probably even churlish for the Director of Tourism to admit, but we are already in touch with some of the leading chains. We have up till now only the Oberoi in the state. Oberoi, of course, he is not only in the state, he is from Shimla.
Yeah.
So he forms a part of that folklore of Shimla. We are in touch with the leading hoteliers. The state would actively encourage to have five-star hotels also. In fact, that reminds me, we have a world-class stadium in Dharamshala. The growth of that stadium and the potential of and the capability and the capacity of that stadium could not be utilized up till now for the simple reason that we didn't have any five-star hotel there. Hopefully in another year, we'll be having our first five-star hotel in Dharamshala. The other big hoteliers, they have been very politely requested to come over to see for themselves as to where they could open their chains. And we are pretty confident very soon Himachal won't have this allegations to be born that Himachal does not have many five stars. We'll be having.
Can you talk about the other the natural assets of Himachal, like heli skiing, which is some of the finest in the world, and other activities that are happening in this state that is unique only to this state?
These are all things which probably could be clubbed loosely under that adventure tourism. We have the best uninterrupted slope where skiing could be done. I am not talking about heli skiing, which is probably ranked as number 2. It had been way back in 90s, and I don't think anybody could have improved so dramatically so as to relegate this Chanchal Valley to any further. So we continue to be having a uninterrupted snow linkage where skiing could be done and it could rank up to number 2 in the world. The only problem is that of connectivity. We are trying to overcome that also. The other part which you asked me was regarding heli skiing. Within the environmental constraints, I am emphasizing the word within the environmental constraints because we have been advised by the environmentalists that this is a activity which should not in unhindered, unregulated and unchecked manner be allowed to be carried out so as to disturb the fragile snow line and also to ensure that we don't displace the very rare kind of wildlife which is found on those slopes. We carry it in a very small scale, commercially of course, but within the environmental constraints, and that would continue to be our guiding principle. The other part is we have got a valley weed billing which has the potential of becoming as one of the top 10 destinations as far as paragliding is concerned, notwithstanding the fact that this valley of late was in controversy for reasons which were not very palatable from the state point of view. We are trying to develop it to the level of world-class infrastructure. The world-class infrastructure requires that at any given point of time, 100 to 120 free flyers could take off simultaneously from a single takeoff point. Up till now, only 40 to 50 paragliders can take off from that place. The state government has recently sanctioned amount to ensure the development of takeoff point in consonance with the world standards. The other constraint was the availability of adequate landing space. That also belonged to private people. We faced problems when we were conducting events. So this year that land also stands acquired. We are only to make the payments. The track between the takeoff point and the landing site is 14 kilometers long. It has fully been metalled. To ensure water supply at that height, it was again a big task. That stands completed. So we have completed almost all the prerequisites for organizing a proper World Cup. I am comparing it with pre-World Cup. We have been organizing pre-World Cup for so many years, but after the inception and increase of these infrastructural requirements, we hope to have the proper paragliding World Cup in Himachal Pradesh. We have ensured proper development of river rafting sport in the state, and this has become one of the most sought after destinations during summers for holding river rafting competitions. We are in the process of dovetailing our domestic techniques which the villagers were using to cross the rivers and rivulets. We are trying to modify them and to make them in consonance with the requirement of adventure sport. This would give them that elusive thrill, and the demonstrative part is already there. School children, they still traverse those rivulets and rivers by those hand driven and ingeniously made girlies. So we are trying to have those also.
Can you talk about your biggest stumbling block to achieving these goals that you see that need to be overcome?
No, the biggest stumbling block is probably nothing could be done, say, in a short period of 5 to 7 years. For the development of a new destination, it would require some time. The gestation period